In the Northern Hemisphere, the Advent Christmas season is closely intertwined with the coming of winter. In our imaginations, it is hard to separate them. I came across the poem that I want to share with you today at the back of a book of the Liturgy of Hours I used as a young priest. It has been a favorite of mine ever since. It fuses winter and the Incarnation in an extraordinary act of imagination. Entitled Northumbrian Sequence IV, it was written by the British poet Kathleen Raine. I think of it as an Advent poem celebrating Mary's fiat, her words to the angel, "Let it be done unto me according to your word." For the poem's voice is that of a virgin inviting the child in her womb, as she wonders, how can virgin fingers weave a covering for the void? How can my fearful heart conceive gigantic solitude? For the way in which it combines cosmic natural imagery with the sacred event, the sequence reminds me of Gerard Manley Hopkins' The Blessed Virgin Mary compared to the air we breathe. He wrote, "Wild air, world-mothering air, nestling me everywhere." The tone of the sequence, however, has another comforting reassurance of Mary compared to the air we breathe. It evokes more a dark mood of religious awe. For winter in the poem comes raging across the Northumbrian War, bringing death, bitterness, and violence to be tamed by a virgin heart. As a young girl, Kathleen Raine lived for several years in the wild landscape of Northumbria, a county in northeast England, just south of the Scottish border. The wild landscape there imbued her imagination ever after. Though she converted to Catholicism for a time, for all her life she believed profoundly in the religious vocation of the poet. I think you will agree, Northumbrian Sequence IV gives proof of her conviction. It is not just a poem about a religious doctrine. It is a poem that produces a religious experience, and by so doing, helps us better understand the mystery of the Incarnation. I invite you now to listen as Karen Sue Smith reads the sequence. She will read a portion of the poem now. You can get the full poem on the website.
Let in the cold, let in the wet, let in the loneliness, let in the quick, let in the dead, let in the unpeopled skies. Oh, how can virgin fingers weave a covering for the void? How can my fearful heart conceive gigantic solitude? How can a house so small contain a company so great? Let in the dark, let in the dead, let in your love tonight.
If you just read the words of the sequence, it is a dark poem about the nameless, formless power that beats upon our door. But the mystery is made more approachable by the concrete ways which the creator of the cosmos comes to the young woman, in the cold and the wet, the quick and the dead, and by the insistent, almost breathless rhythm with which it advances on her and on the reader. Like the Virgin, we are asked to have pity on the raging of the storm, on the raven's cry, on all evil, no matter how enormous, on all ugliness, no matter how dissonant. For it will be overcome by the child to be born of a virgin. Like her, we ask this Advent to let in the wound, let in the pain, let in God's child tonight. This is Drew Christiansen, Editor-in-Chief of America, wishing you all a prayerful Advent and a very blessed Christmas.